it is doing. It's just not, for some reason, showing the video. Alright, so basic kind of sleigh design here. Santa sled. I'll show you how to do this. Found a kind of a cartoonish Santa sled here. You know, I don't know if this one will look great three-dimensional or not. It's a nice graphic, but it might be a little tall. Oh, it's kind of hard to see the thing anyways, but we'll use it. We'll stick with it. First thing I'm going to do is dimension it. 5 inches, that's a little big. I'm going to get 3.5. Alright. I'm going to trace this shape here. I don't know. Do some straight lines. Just start with the straight line on the bottom. I'm going to trace the red shape for now. And I'll do a couple splines. Control vertex, not too complicated. Best to keep your points limited when I'm doing something like this. I'm going to make them separate splines and connect them. And use the use the points to shape it. And the next one I'm going to connect. And I'm sort of following it. And I'm going to adjust it once I see where it's at. I can kind of freehand this. That's fine. And I'll make them separate splines so I get those nice sharp corners. And I can adjust this out if I want. Adjust this one in, give it a little more curve in the front. Alright. So got a basic design so far, nice sharp corners. I'm going to extrude this 1 inch. That's actually not too bad. 2.5 inches was the picture, 1 inch thickness. Probably a little too small. I made the original sketch. Let's go 2 inches and see how big. That's too big. So to make things in proportion, I'll go 1.5. Now, what I want to do here is I think probably taper it down a bit. All right, so I like the shape of it so far, but I want to kind of smooth out the bottom half here, kind of round it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sketch on this plane. All right. So start a 2D sketch on that plane, get myself positioned around to the front side, and first thing I'm going to do is draw a line across the bottom here, and how wide I want the very bottom of it to be. Alright, dimension it. I'll make it 1 inch wide. I'll position one side of it 0.25. 0.25. Alright. Now I gotta kind of figure out, let me go view, visual style, shaded with hidden edges. So that line is kind of the low point, right? So I'm going to curve it up to that. I'm going to use an arc. All right, simple arc. I'm going to curve it a little bit below that. I don't want to, so I'm going to use some nice round numbers here, 0.60. I'm going to dimension up to there, 0.435, so I'll round it to 0.43. So then when I make the arc on the other side, I can use those same dimensions pretty easily. All right. And then I guess what I'll do is I'll kind of connect down here. Let me just make sure that this goes all the way across. And I'll connect down here. Finish that sketch. Now we have this kind of this weird sketch out here. I'm going to extrude, do a cut extrusion. I'm going to do all. So it'll cut off everything of the model that's solid within your model. So that looks pretty good so far, right? All right, so now let's try to hollow this out a little bit. I'll try shelling it. It probably won't work because of the curving. Oh, it did find it. That's cool. Let's see, will it remove the face? Oh, it did. So it did it. It was able to shell it. Guys, this is a good lesson for everybody. If you know you're going to want to shell something, you really want to keep your spline points down. That's when things get difficult. When you have a lot of spline points in there, man, it has a hard time shelling it. But in this case, I kept the number of spline points down, and it was able to shell it. So don't place a million points when you spline something that you know is going to be like a 3D printable object. Keep that minimal, so then you can do more things with it, right? I've made that mistake many times over my time doing this. All right, so there's our little sleigh, right? Pretty cool. We could let's see. Actually, maybe I should have shelled it first. Oh well. So there's a nice empty sleigh. I could add a seat in there if I wanted to. You know, a bench seat across here. This is a nice flat plane inside of here, so I can start a sketch there. And I'll just make a simple rectangle. I'm going to make sure it goes all the way back. Finish sketch. I can extrude that. I don't want to go that far. I'm going to go 2, extent 2, and then just if you click 2 for the extent, you can send it exactly where you want it to go. Just send it to that surface. All right, so we got a little sleigh here. You know, what's kind of interesting is I kind of would love to put like a rim around this, you know, like some sort of brim or something that kind of wrapped around this. I don't know if I can do that or not. I'll have to experiment with it later on. Now, for bare minimum purposes, let me get some skis on here. All right. Now, I should have maybe done this a symmetric extrusion about the center, because then that could have been a good idea. I wonder if I can still change that reasonably well without messing everything up. Probably will mess absolutely everything up. Oh no, it did shift it. So all I did is I went back to extrusion 1 and made it symmetric. The reason I did that is because I want to make a ski, and that's going to make that a lot easier. So to make the ski on the bottom, I'm just going to make them straight up and down. I'm not going to try to get fancy here, right? Make them straight up and down. I need to make a work plane offset from plane. It's got to be offset from that plane that goes right down the middle. All right. And I'm just going to grab this and move it forward. I got to get myself to a view where I can see what's going on, right? I'm going to move it forward. Right about there will probably be good, actually. All right. And I'm going to start a sketch on that plane. All right. And I'm just going to use some lines here. Make a basic ski, just kind of by eye, I suppose. I'll make it curve up in the front once I get there. Parallel to this. Parallel. Okay, oops, I didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let me start here. I gotta connect over. Okay. I'm up inside the model a little bit. So you want to make sure these are thick enough to be printed. So probably you can't make them razor thin. They got to be kind of thick. Otherwise, it'd be a nightmare trying to print them. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think I'm not in line with it, but I'll take care of that in a second. Try to make this one go up. Might adjust that angle. Alright, I'll make it curve up in the back. Alright, let me get these on the same plane. Make sure these are all on the same plane. I guess they already are. Let me dimension this thickness, this distance here. Oh man, I want those to be 0. I want those to be parallel. So I'm just going to make sure these lines are parallel to each other. Already exists. This one here should already exist, except I want to dimension the distance between them. Make sure, okay, we got 0.182. Oh, can't do that. So, okay, I'm just going to do this by eye, move this over a little bit. All right, and then for the ski part, I'm going to use an arc. All right, I'll kind of follow the arc of that. All right, I'll make an arc on the front. This one maybe I'll make a little taller. No, I don't know. Just winging it. If you get that symbol to show up, then that's good. Now I just gotta close this up. How thick? I gotta make these at least 0.1, otherwise they won't print. They'll just be too tiny, even though maybe that's the proportion that's gonna look silly, but we'll see. And draw a line here, over to here now. All right, that dimension should also be 0.1. I think I made this a little bit too far forward, but I can adjust that. Let me get the arc in there, and there, and there. Snap to that. From there to there. This is a very kind of, very simple design, but it should be cool. It'll be fine. Move this. Shoot. All right, let's move this line. No, let's move this circle. There we go, sort of. I want that on that. Okay, so that's a little better maybe. Finish sketch. I'm going to extrude that now, make it symmetric. 0.1. All right, okay. So I got a ski on there. I think I'm gonna chamfer from the edges on it. All right, maybe I'll chamfer this edge. 0.02. Let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. I'm just gonna chamfer the outside edge here. Might actually fillet some edges on the. Oh, I lost it. There we go. All right, that arc in the back is a little messed up, so I can fix that. The distance between these is not right. So I'm going to go fix that circle. I'm going to apply that, cancel this extrusion, that sketch, that circle is not tangent. I want that to be there. Still not tangent. Oh well. Should look a little better though. Alright. I'm going to leave that like that. I'm going to mirror this now. I'm going to mirror that material, that feature, across the middle plane. Hit OK. Oh, it didn't do it. Oh, I see what happened. Mirror. I got to get that whole. I got to make sure I get. Not. I just mirrored the fillet. I need to get make sure I get the ski as well. It's not showing up. Okay, well, we'll try this again. Let me delete this chamfer. Maybe that's the issue. There's no reason why it shouldn't mirror. Alright, mirror this solid across this work plane. It's not showing up. No. Alright, well, that's in class here. Sorry about that. I'll have to continue this video. Something that doesn't like about this drawing here. Oh, I don't have the right work plane. I see what is happening. Mirror this. I was trying to mirror it across its own work plane. That was dumb. That one. There it is. Alright, and then I could go back and add that chamfer in. Alright, so that's pretty good. We'll add a attachment to this moving forward and go from there. Alright, I'm going to pause this and pick it up later. Alright, so this one here, I was being kind of silly about that when I mirrored it. I was mirroring across the plane I had built it on, which it didn't like. So I'm going to go ahead and chamfer this now. Oops. I'll go ahead and do some chamfering of this that I wanted to do, but then I messed up. Oops. Alright. Just going to do the outside edges here. And hit apply. If you want to do the full thing, that's fine. You can mirror that chamfer. You can mirror. It's kind of interesting. Just click that. Mirror plane again. This one this time. Should. It didn't do it. Anyway, I guess I'll just go back and chamfer this side by itself. Should have got that figured out before I did the mirror. Anyhow. Alright. Get this all chamfered. And then you want to figure out. I'm going to try to figure out the center of mass here like I did the other day with Fusion 360. Let's see here. Inspect. Oh no, I haven't done this before in Inventor, but there must be a way to do it to find the center of mass. If it was printed solid, that would be, so that is a little bit different. But anyhow, I guess not. There must be a way to do it. I'll have to see if I can figure that out and then tell you. So we do have to still get a hook attachment here, right? Now most of the weight's in the back for sure, so I'm probably going to make the hook attachment come off the seat here. Or maybe you could make something in the front and the back and tie a string between them. You know, maybe that'd be the easiest thing to do. So if you made, let's see here, if we made that plane visible again, right? Let's see, 3D model, make this work plane visible. Start a sketch on this work plane, and I'm just going to make a couple little circles. One on the front. Make it 0.1 and move it up a bit. I want this to be the center of it. So I want that to be, you know, fairly tangent to this surface here. Alright, draw another one here. Make this one 0.2. And do the same thing in the back here. $3.13. Oh, you got it. Yep. Forgot attendance. Classic. Alright. Pause this video quick. All right, so just kind of wrapping this up here. 0.2, finish sketch. All right, I'm going to extrude these both symmetrically. 0.1 inches. Let me get that one also. 0.1 inches. And the last thing I'm going to do is fillet those outside edges, or chamfer them, depending on what kind of look you like. Actually, maybe I'll do the inside ones too. All right, apply. All right, and that's pretty much done. We should probably add the year in here somewhere. I think it makes sense to try to add it on the back. That's a curved surface. Or you could maybe do it right on the top of this, right? On the side, either way. This is flat, so that would probably be the way to go. On the side, sketch text, 2020. Oh, I imagine 0.25 will be a good size. All right, I'm going to change the font. It's a little bit smaller maybe, but we'll see what font. There's some cool ones on here. Some people are using one of these Gothic ones, I think. They're a little thin though. Gothic E, Gothic G, Gothic I. We'll do Gothic E, make it bold. Hit OK. That little line might not show up though. That's the only problem I'm seeing there. All right. You can copy that. Control C. Finish sketch. Start another one over on this side. Start 2D sketch. Control V. Oh no, it didn't do it. Dang. All right, so let's start another text here. Do that Gothic E. Is that the one I was using, or I don't know. Gothic G. 0.2. It's all kind of the same, isn't it? Bold. All right. Finish sketch. I always like extruding in better. Extrude in. 0.05. Halfway. Cut. Done. Same thing on the other side. Extrude in. It's a flat surface. There's really no difference between extruding and embossing. Cut. Good. Now, make this plane not visible. Change my view. Shaded with edges. And we're done. All right. You could try to fillet some of these edges if you want, or chamfer some of the edges. Make, smooth these edges if you wanted to try. It's probably not going to love it because of how complicated of a shape it is, but maybe it's good. Maybe that looks all right. I'll have to move my 2020 a little bit. Maybe we like that. I guess it's a matter of preference there. It's kind of up to you what you want to do with that. I got to move that 2020 forward a little bit because it's sticking out. So I'll just move this a little bit that way. All right, there you go. So, make it your own.